Oh, it's a perfect time. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Yes. No, I am not. Okay, well, I am 100% Hispanic. I'm half Mexican and half Puerto Rican. So my father, he's actually from Mexico. He came here when he's 4, so he is completely fluent in everything. And he's actually a police officer, and he translates for 7 different suburbs at work. So he is 100% fluent. My mom, she works for Chicago Public Schools in a Spanish-speaking community, so she like speaks it 100% as well. However, with me, my brother, and my younger sister, we're not like 100% like comfortable speaking Spanish. However, like when we have relatives talking to us, and like when I'm at work and I have like a parent or like someone coming up to me speaking, like they think they see me and they're like, oh, maybe she's like Hispanic, and they'll start talking to me. So like I understand like the bits and pieces of it. So like I can get like the general gist of like what the like person needs, and like like their wants and stuff like that. But I'm not like, I know I said conversational because like I know a little bit of it, but I'm not like 100% like, oh my god, like I can sit and have like a full on conversation with you. Oh, of course, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. If the offer was definitely made 100%, I would. I mean, I don't know how well I would do on it, but I would definitely 100% go for it and at least try my best. Mhm. Yes. Yes, I have 100%. I have looked those over and everything. No, no tattoos. I did have my belly button pierced. I took that out. My ears are double pierced, but I only do the first hoop because my ears get really sensitive, so I don't really do the second hoop. Or the second hole, I should say. And my nose is pierced, but if the offer was made, 100% without a doubt, if I was told you need to take it out, obviously you need to take it out, I would take it out, not a problem. Yeah, yeah, I know that. So, but yeah, that's. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, 100% okay with it, not a problem. Yes, I do. Yes, I have. Yeah, it was a dorm. My freshman year of college, the spring semester, so from January to May, I did have the opportunity to go to St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa. So I took advantage of that. I did go there, and I had a room, like I had 3 roommates altogether. One, she was in my room with me, and then we have what they're called suite mates. So we shared a bathroom, all of us, and then through the bathroom there was their room, so we all like shared the whole like the bathroom basically, and like we would go back and forth from like our room to their room and stuff. So it was nothing bad ever happened. No like roommate arguments and stuff. The only thing that me and my roommate really sat down was when I first got there, since she was there since the beginning. I just told her like, if you ever want to borrow my stuff, like don't like hesitate to ask me, like go for it, just like please ask me before you do anything. And then the only thing that I ever had a problem with her was when like her boyfriend, his school was like 45 minutes away, so he would frequently come and see and stay with us. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, like I kind of want to stay in my room, but I kind of don't want to stay in my room because I want to give them like, I don't want to be like in their personal space. But once I sat down and told her, she was like, oh my God, no, like why didn't you say anything? I'm like, oh, well, I didn't want to like start anything. But like after that, like that wasn't really like a problem we had, but it was just like something that like I wasn't comfortable with. But she like made arrangements to make me feel comfortable in like my own room and stuff. Oh yeah. Mhm. Well, my career goals, I aspire to be a special education teacher. And like I said, my mom works for Chicago Public Schools, so I've been around the school system my entire life, going to work with her and stuff. I really would love to be a special education teacher. And I feel with that, like obviously you're working with children one on one, and they have like needs varying from like severe to like minor and stuff. And you need patience. And with working with Disney, I feel like that comes with a lot of patience because there's going to be a lot of stuff thrown at you, and you can't let your guard down and like freak out. You need to stay calm and all that stuff. So I feel like this would give me the opportunity to like just like get a feel for it, because like you're around kids all the time, and I just think that would be an awesome experience just to like oh my God, like this is gonna make me like truly like like obviously I want to be a special education like no matter what, like hands down 100%, like it's in my blood basically. But like I feel like this would just like be the icing on the cake to like just say like, oh my God, like I did this, and now like I just want to dive into becoming like a special ed teacher. And I mean it was just an awesome opportunity to have. I mean, I know it's like that's like what you probably always hear, like, oh my God, it's Disney, but it's not even that. It's just like you're in Disney, but it's just like there's so much stuff that's going to be thrown at you that it's like, oh my God, like this is awesome. Like it's going to be like, oh my God, like pinch me, I can't believe I'm here type of thing. Okay, well, my main role that I would like die if I got the opportunity to be a part of would be obviously in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And I, working with both jobs, I feel like they both helped me with wanting that role. With the park district, I did the summer camp, so I was around kids all day. And then now, we're going into like obviously the school year, so we have a program that's called RA, and it's a morning and afternoon day camp. Like not, it's like kind of like a daycare, not day camp, I should say. But what we do is we have the kids come there early in the morning at 6:30. We watch them before they go to school. Like we'll play with them. If kids have like need extra help with their homework, like they didn't finish it the night before, we do that with them. And then we leave, we go about our days, and then we come back at 2:30, and then we go to the schools and we pick up the kids, and then it's the same process. Like they eat their snacks, like they do their homework. We have special time for them to do their homework and stuff. And we're ranging from kids from kindergarten all the way up to like 8th grade. So and with working with Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, I'd be around with like it would be like the same age groups. And I have a little sister that I did mention, so I like hair and makeup, done all that. I love doing that. And then with the pink side, it's a lot like, fast paced, like, it's always like on the go. Obviously we do have some downtime, but majority, since it's like such a popular like store and like high demand, we have a lot of people like constant flowing in, and it's just like it's always like there's always something to do, and it's always busy. So I'm used to working in the fast pace, which I feel like that's exactly how Bibbidi Bobbidi would be. It's always like constantly going, and like you're on your feet, like you finish one little princess and you're on to the next one and then on to the next one. But you always want to make sure that each princess gets this like the royal treatment, and you're not like rushing it and everything. You want to make sure they get what they're coming for and paying for, because it's not cheap going there and stuff. And the same thing with Victoria's Secret. I'm mainly a cashier, so I am like the last person the customer see, and like the last I'm like gonna impact their experience like the most, because like if they come up to me and like I make sure like I ask them all their questions, like did anybody help you out while you were shopping, did you find everything okay, like how was your shopping experience? They like that, and like they think like, oh my gosh, like these girls who are working here actually care about us, and like they're taking the time out to ask us all these important questions, and it makes them feel special. And I like making sure every person who comes up to me at least is, if they had a bad experience, I'll be like, oh, well, what happened? Like, did we not have your size? Was there not someone able to help you? Like, is there anything that I could do to make, like, your experience better? And then they like that, and they're like, oh my God, like, you're such a sweetheart. Like, thank you for asking. And, like, I get customers who say that to me, like, all the time, like, oh my God, like, you're such a sweetheart, all this stuff, because, like, I want them to feel happy because they're spending so much in our store, and, I want them to feel happy because that's how I would feel when I would go into a store. So that's how I want them to be treated. And, moms and daughters coming in, little girls coming in by themselves, like, I want to make sure, like, they feel comfortable and, like, their, like, experience was like, wow, like, I want to go back to Pink and Orland because those girls were just, like, awesome and so sweet and so helpful. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, definitely. With working at Pink, when you spend a certain amount, you get what's called a GWP, which is a gift with purchase. So, customers usually, like, will get the emails about it, or they'll get, like, the coupons in the mail, like, oh, just a reminder, like, come in during these days, spend this much, and you'll get, like, the free bag or the bag in the water bottle or whatever the case may be. But what customers really don't, like, notice, they just see, like, oh my God, free stuff. They don't read the fine print where it says while supplies last. So, like I said, since I'm on the cash rep, I deal with, like, those situations a lot more than versus being on, like, the selling floor. But I have a lot of customers who, like, they get upset when they're like, oh, like, don't I get the bag? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, they are while supplies last. And a lot of them are, like, for the most part, are understanding, but then we get the customers who are very, like, agitated, like, I came in here, I spent all this much, is there something that I can substitute? And if we do have stuff to substitute, like, if our managers tell us, like, hey, like, what, if this is the last resort, like, give them this, like, we do that. And I just don't tell them, okay, well, I'm going to give you this. Like, I have to sit and explain to them, like, just so you know, like, this gift with purchases are while supplies last, and it is listed in the coupon/email, but I'm going to make this one-time exception for you. But just so you know, like, it's best to come on the first day that all this stuff is available. That way you won't run into situations like this, and you'll get the first pick of everything. And then a lot of the times the customers are just like, what, I really appreciate you doing this, and then it calms them down and they understand. But then if, in some cases, when we don't have anything, and I'm just a cashier, like, I'm not a manager, they'll ask, like, well, can I speak to a manager? And I, like, definitely bring the manager in, and they'll, like, explain to them, and then, like, they'll take it from there, and then they'll usually offer, like, corporate's number. But usually, like, my managers have even told me, plus, like, with my reviews I've gotten, like, from working for so long from there, they tell me, like, what, we feel comfortable with you handling the situation, and you take out the middleman because you feel confident and you know what you're doing, and like, we don't have to mistrust, like, your better judgment, because, like, you use your better judgment when being on the cash rep to make the customers happy. And I mean, they always say, like, what would you want to do? What would the answer that you would want to be, like, said to you if you were the customer? So I try to, like, accommodate to all the customers, or even if they come in, like, and their coupons haven't started yet, I'm like, what, you're a couple days early, but what, you're above the mark to get the free stuff. Can you just give me 1 second and I'll go to the back, and, like, I'll give them the product, and they're like, oh my God. And then they'll talk to my managers, and they're like, what, like, she took the time out to do that. Like, I really appreciate that. So I've been in the situations where I've been able to calm the customers down, but I don't feel uncomfortable with asking my superior if I need help, or if I don't feel comfortable. Like, I'm 100% like, what, I don't want to give you the wrong answer or say the wrong thing. Let me get you somebody who will help you, and then, like, I will go and get my superior without any question or hesitation. Well, with Pink, because I started in November, which is, like, the peak holiday season, because Black Friday, and then it goes into Christmas. Well, usually we have a lot of friends in our store, which is AKA for shoplifters, and the sales girls, we wear headsets, so we're, like, all, like, telling each other, like, hey, what, I see, like, a friend in the store, like, just offer them great customer service, so, like, it deters them from stealing. But one situation, we were at the cash wrap, and it was really crazy, and we had, like, big groups of people coming in, and, like, something didn't feel right, and a couple of the sales girls on the floor were like, you guys, like, something doesn't feel right, like, it's really weird, like, a lot of customers were trying to distract the girls and, like, splitting up, and it was really weird. But to make a long story short, there ended up being an altercation broke out where a customer started fighting with another customer, and they're like, this is, like, kind of like a distraction so the other people could steal from us. and the managers got involved because they started, like, the girls started screaming at our, like, workers, and then the managers got involved, and then the people at the cash up were, like, freaking out, and, like, there was, like, moms with their daughters, and, like, people were like, what's going on, and I was ringing, and we had, like, all our registers going, and the line was pretty, like, big, and we had, like, 3 big rooms in our location, and the altercation was happening in the second room, so we were a pretty good distance away from them, but still, like, you can hear, like, the, like, people arguing. So I stepped away from the cash rep so that way all people, like, could see me, like, stepping back from, like, the cashier line, and I just let them know, like, you know what, folks, like, we're gonna keep going about our business right now. Like, we're gonna offer you, like, the best customer service at the cash rep. Do not worry, like, security's on their way. I told them, I'm like, I see security, like, they're walking into our store. You guys are all safe. Like, you guys don't have to worry about anything. They're gonna handle it and take care of it. I'm like, if you guys don't feel comfortable walking through that, feel free just to step onto the side. That way we can keep taking care of the customers. But honestly, please do not feel, like, worried or anything. Like, you guys are all fine. And a lot of the moms with their daughters and the other customers who were, like, by themselves, they, like, you could see in their face that they felt, like, at ease. So I was like, okay, like, I kind of did my part, making sure that they were so comfortable, even though, like, I didn't really know what was going on in the second room. I just heard it and, like, saw bits and pieces of it. But still, like, I wanted to make sure, like, you know what, I'm going to do my part and make sure that they still feel comfortable and safe while they're, like, standing right next to me, basically. And I feel like I handled the situation very well. And towards the end of the night, even my manager's like, Lisette, you know what? I just want to commend you. Like, you did an awesome job. Like, our customers, like, felt comfortable thanks to you, like, for what, like, your words of encouragement, basically. I like both. I feel it just depends on what the job entails. Like, some things are easier by yourself, like, doing, and some things, like, you need that extra help. But I love working with both, and especially working at Pink. There's times when I'm working on the cash rep with, like, other girls, or I'm working on the floor with other girls, but then sometimes they have me in the back processing our shipment and, like, stocking all of our stuff. So, like, that part of the job, like, you're by yourself, and it's nice. You get to calm down and relax from, like, the hecticness on the floor. But then once you go back and it's like, all right, like, I'm back, like, where do you guys want me, like, because I love interacting with all the customers and, like, seeing their smiles and all that stuff. So I like working with both. Outdoor environment, not a problem whatsoever. Like I said, like, this past summer, I worked as a day camp counselor. So majority of the time, it's summer, kids want to be outside. So we were outside, like, just enjoying the weather and stuff. And when it's hot, yeah, it's hot. And, like, we can't like, we don't want to complain, because then the little girls or the little kids are going to be like, oh, well, like, it's hot. Like, I want to go inside. I want to drink of water. Like, all this, like, stuff. So it's just, like, I like both. Like, it's not, like, that big of a deal. Plus, I live in Chicago, so we experience, like, all, like, weathers in, like, one day sometimes. So it's like, I'm used to everything. So it's not that bad. I don't have a problem with it at all. Okay. Yes. Yeah, believe it's October 8th, I want to say. Maybe. Yeah, because it's the one that's closest to me, obviously, because I'm from Chicago. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Mhm. Well, obviously you don't tell a guest like, oh, Mickey's gone. So, if I was in that situation, I would tell them, just so you guys know, Mickey is going to lunch, Donald and Goofy. He'll be back at such and such times. If you guys, want to meet him again, he'll be here, but, he needs to go on his lunch break real quick, and Donald and Goofy are waiting for him. So if you guys would like to come back, he'll be more than welcome to sign your autographs and take pictures with you guys then. Sorry if it, like, sounded like I was acting right now, but... Yes. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I have one question about the program and then one question for you, how you actually got involved with working with the Disney College program. Okay. So you started with the Disney College, like how we all are starting off. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. And then my other question would, if the offer did come up and I was accepted, how would you sum up the college program for me? Like if you could in like 3 words, like how would you sum up the whole program in like total? Yeah, I know it's kind of limited, but that's awesome. Well, I mean, hopefully, the opportunity comes into play, and I mean, I would just love to get the opportunity to work with Disney, and especially in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, or if anything else was offered. I mean, I just want to thank you for your time and actually calling me today. I really appreciate it. You too. Thank you. Okay, goodbye. Bye. Oh my God, that just happened.